A Sad Christmas Day. On December 25, 2024, as the chill of winter enveloped every corner of Beverly Hills, the Christmas spirit filled the air. Soft snowflakes fell, creating a pristine white blanket over every rooftop, making the scene resemble a fairy tale. The streets sparkled under colorful lights, beautifully adorned Christmas trees decorated the shops, and the warm laughter and greetings of families blended together, forming a vibrant holiday tableau. Everyone was busy preparing for a wonderful holiday, a day where joy and happiness would be shared in abundance. However, amidst this beautiful picture, a small corner turned darker than ever, where a legend once lived, and an artistic flame was flickering out. Julie Andrews, an icon of the arts, a woman with great talent and a big heart, captured the hearts of millions around the globe. She was not only one of the most talented singers and actresses in the world but also a loving mother and grandmother who dedicated herself entirely to those around her. Her kindness, dedication, and talent touched people's hearts, making life seem more meaningful each day. On that Christmas day, when everything appeared peaceful, an unimaginable tragedy quietly unfolded. As the morning sun streamed through the window, Julie awoke with a smile, ready to start another special day, just like any other. The house was filled with the aroma of gingerbread cookies she had been baking the night before. Children eagerly ran around the house, brimming with holiday cheer as they awaited gifts from Santa Claus. Those Christmas mornings were always celebrated with warmth and happiness. She had prepared a festive meal for her family, a time for everyone to gather, share stories, and create memorable moments. Yet, during the meal, as laughter filled the room, Julie suddenly felt a wave of dizziness wash over her. No one had time to notice anything amiss until she collapsed. Time seemed to stand still. Everything around her turned dark in an instant, fear evident on the faces of all present. They did not know that this was the defining moment of their lives, a moment when every light of Christmas would vanish completely. As an emergency unfolded, doctors were called immediately, but all efforts proved futile. Time passed with every tick of the clock, heavy sighs, tears, and prayers for a miracle. Yet, the miracle never came. A legend was lost forever, and the air once filled with joy suddenly turned cold. Millions of hearts fell silent, stunned by the loss of someone they had cherished and admired for so long. The news of Julie Andrews' death spread like wildfire, touching the hearts of people all over the world. Newspapers carried the story, and special television broadcasts attracted millions of viewers, all mourning the departure of a legendary star. Her voice echoed in each person's mind, symbolizing hope and joy. Memories of her iconic roles in The Sound of Music, Mary Poppins, and various high-profile musical performances would never fade. The image of Julie Andrews, radiant with her gentle smile, became an inseparable part of popular culture. As the news spread, friends, colleagues, and fans began to share their stories about her. They recalled warm, beautiful memories with Julie, who was not just an outstanding artist but also a compassionate friend. Truly, no one could forget her, nor the laughter and moments she brought to other people's lives, from intimate conversations to aspirations she ignited in the hearts of her loved ones. During a memorial held at a famous theater in Los Angeles, thousands of fans and colleagues gathered to honor her life. The stage was grandly adorned with vibrant flowers and sparkling lights. People shared their recollections of her, poems, and songs inspired by the goodness she lived and created. As videos of her career's beautiful moments played on a big screen, soft weeping filled the room. Her singing truly lived on, each note soothing the sorrow, conveying the message that no matter what, she would always dwell in people's minds. Music became the bridge between the past and present, connecting generations. Timeless songs from The Sound of Music and A Spoonful of Sugar continue to live in the hearts of music lovers. In every melody, People not only heard but also felt the love Julie had poured into each note. Love for life, family, and friends. Those songs were not just for joy. They also conveyed priceless messages about sharing, courage, and hope during tough times. As the ceremony progressed, many chose to express their gratitude through practical actions. A group of young artists organized a charity concert to raise funds for the arts for underprivileged children. Her music was performed. Smiles lit up the faces of children as they heard the melodies of their idol. This was all a gift to her, a way of living by the values she embodied. Each candle lit at the memorial was like stars in the night sky, reflecting the spirit and life of Julie. Each candle carried a story, a memory, a warmth from cherished moments spent with her. Her loved ones held candles, standing together, expressing deep gratitude. Here, they shared their sorrow, memories, and dreams she inspired. The sorrow of loss ignited a determination and promise in everyone to continue living and spreading the positive values she left behind. Betty, a devoted fan, shared that upon learning of her passing, she pledged to live a more meaningful life, always sharing and loving others. She taught me that every day is a gift, and I will live with a free soul, creatively using everything I have. In a widespread movement, many young people began engaging in cultural and artistic activities, inspired by Julie Andrews' legacy. Performances and art workshops were held, where her spirit and legacy vibrantly lived on in every creative idea and melody. Art organizations and charity funds tirelessly worked to support young artists from underprivileged backgrounds, granting them opportunities to pursue their artistic passions. Every Christmas season, people often wondered what they could do to honor a symbol who had tirelessly contributed to the arts. The scholarship program named in Julie Andrews' honor emerged to support young talents in the arts, encouraging them to dare to dream and pursue their beloved careers. Funds raised for these activities stemmed from memorial events organized by cultural organizations to create a rich and warm artistic environment for future generations. A year passed swiftly, and as the Christmas season arrived once again, the pain still lingered in the hearts of those who loved her. Memories surged back. Stories were shared from one generation to another, creating a legacy that would live on. Santa Claus, along with gifts, became not just a symbol of the holiday but also an image of hope and gratitude they held for someone who spread love and faith. With the flickering candlelight, gentle snowflakes continued to drift down the roads, resembling dreams, ambitions, and memories that would never fade. The image of Julie Andrews, with her silver hair and gentle smile, remained forever present in people's minds, not just as an artistic icon but as a symbol of strength, courage, and kindness. The woman with the artistic spirit in her veins poured all her love into life, every note of music, every performance, and into the hearts of those who longed to pursue their dreams. Thus, Christmas became not just a celebration but a moment to reflect on what is precious, what we have loved. Tears are inevitable during this holiday, yet they also carry hope. People vowed to continue spreading love, to dedicate the best of themselves to life, just as Julie once did. With each Christmas celebration, candles were lit again, and songs rose up as an eternal reminder of love and kindness. The image of Julie was not a lonely shadow but a vibrant light, shining in the darkest moments. On the Christmas night sky, one could see the twinkling stars, like those golden memories, like dreams that never dimmed. In the eyes of everyone, the glow from the candles was a living tribute to Julie that they would forever cherish. They were not just remembering her. They were living out the lessons she had taught them: love, sharing, and never stopping dreaming. Conclusion. December 25th became not only a milestone of loss but also a day to live fully. Humanity will always remember Julie Andrews not just as a star, but as an emblem of the humane values she gave to the world. Anyone who had witnessed her light would forever carry the mission to continue spreading love, no matter the hardships and challenges in life. Christmas is no longer merely a festive occasion. It is an opportunity for everyone to express love, gratitude, and hopes for a better future. Each Christmas in everyone's heart serves as a promise. The light from the candles will always endure, reminding them that despite great losses, the love and legacy that Julie Andrews left behind will never fade. Let us live as Julie lived, loving and spreading goodness, so that every day is a complete Christmas in the memories and hearts of those who remain. Her light will always guide the path ahead, in new journeys, in unfulfilled dreams, in the hearts of everyone and in every future generation. Christmas is a reminder that there is always something beautiful waiting, as long as we dare to open our hearts and allow love to exist. Introduction. Dame Julie Andrews, born Julia Elizabeth Wells, October 1, 1935, is an English actress, singer, and author. She has won numerous awards throughout her career spanning over 8 decades, including an Academy Award, a BAFTA Award, 2 Emmy Awards, 3 Grammy Awards, and 6 Golden Globe Awards, as well as being nominated for 3 Tony Awards. As one of the highest-grossing films of the 1960s, Andrews was honored with the Kennedy Center Honors in 2001, the Screen Actors Guild Life Achievement Award in 2007, and the American Film Institute's Life Achievement Award in 2022. She was appointed Dame, DBE, by Queen Elizabeth II in 2000. As a child actress and singer, Andrews made her West End debut in 1948 and Broadway debut in The Boyfriend, 1954. Dubbed the youngest leading lady in England, she rose to fame in Broadway musicals as Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady, 1956, and Queen Guinevere in Camelot, 1960. She also starred in the televised musical Cinderella, 1957, by Rodgers and Hammerstein. She made her film debut with a leading role in Walt Disney's Mary Poppins, 1964, and received the Oscar for Best Actress. The following year, she starred in the musical film The Sound of Music, 1965, playing Maria von Trapp, and won the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Musical or Comedy. Andrews starred in various films, collaborating with directors such as her husband Blake Edwards, George Roy Hill, and Alfred Hitchcock. Her film credits include The Americanization of Emily, 1964, Hawaii, 1966, Torn Curtain, 1966, Thoroughly Modern Millie, 1967, Star, 1968, The Tamarind Seed, 1974, 10, 1979, Sob, 1981, Victor, Victoria, 1982, That's Life, 1986, and Duet for One, 1986. She later returned to film, appearing in The Princess Diaries, 2001, The Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement, 2004, and The Eloise Films, both 2003. She also voiced characters in the Shrek, 2001 to 2010, and Despicable Me, 2010-present, franchises. Andrews is also known for her collaborations with Carol Burnett, including specials in 1962, 1971, and 1989. She starred in her own variety special, The Julie Andrews Hour, 1973, for which she won a Primetime Emmy Award. Recently, she co-created and hosted Julie's Green Room, 2017, and voiced Lady Whistledown in Netflix Bridgerton series, 2020-present. Andrews has co-authored several children's books with her daughter and written 2 memoirs, Home, a memoir of my early years, 2008, and Homework, a memoir of my Hollywood years, 2019. Career 1945 to 1953, early career. From 1945 and for the next 2 years, Andrews performed impromptu and uncredited on stage with her parents. Then one day I was told I had to go to bed in the afternoon because I would be allowed to sing with Mummy and Pop in the evening, Andrews explained. In her early performances, Andrews would stand on a beer crate to sing into the microphone, performing a solo or duet with her stepfather while her mother played piano. She later said, "It must have been terrible, but it seemed to go okay." Child entertainer Petula Clark, 3 years older, recalled touring the UK by train to sing for the troops with Andrews. They would sleep in the luggage rack. Clark later said, "It was fun, and not many kids felt that way." Andrews had a career breakthrough when her stepfather introduced her to executive Val Parnell, who managed prominent venues in London. At 12 years old, Andrews made her professional debut at the London Hippodrome, singing the challenging aria Je suis Titania from Mignon as part of a musical performance titled Starlight Roof on October 22, 1947. She performed at the Hippodrome for a year. Reflecting on her role in Starlight Roof, Andrews remembered, "There was a wonderful American comedian, Wally Boag, who made balloon animals. He would say, 'Is there a little girl or boy in the audience who wants one of these?' And I'd run up on stage and say, 'I want one, please.' And then he would talk to me, and I would tell him I had sung. I was lucky because I completely stopped the show. I mean, the audience went wild." On November 1, 1948, Andrews, at age 13, became the youngest solo artist to appear in a royal variety performance before King George VI and Queen Elizabeth at the London Palladium. She performed alongside singer Danny Kaye, the Nicholas Brothers dance troupe, and comedy duo George and Bert Bernard. Andrews soon transitioned to radio and television. She performed in the musical comedy segments of BBC Light programs Up the Pole and was a cast member of Educating Archie from 1950 to 1952. She reportedly made her television debut in the BBC's Roddy Olympia Showtime on October 8, 1949. Andrews appeared in the West End at the London Casino, where she performed for a year as Princess Badroulbadour in Aladdin and an egg in Humpty Dumpty. Andrews also performed in provincial theatres in Jack and the Beanstalk and Little Red Riding Hood, as well as starring in Cinderella. In 1952, she lent her voice to Princess Zila in the English-dubbed version of the Italian animated film La Rosa di Baghdad, renamed The Singing Princess, marking her first foray into voice work. 1954 to 1962, debut and breakthrough on Broadway. Andrews made her Broadway debut on September 30, 1954, the night before her 19th birthday, as Polly Brown in the London musical The Boyfriend. Andrews was recommended to director Vida Hope for the role by actress Hattie Jacques, whom Andrews considered a catalyst in her career. Eve Benda recognized her special talent and predicted her future fame. Andrews was very anxious about moving to New York. At that time, she was both the breadwinner and caregiver for her family, accepting the role upon her father's encouragement. On March 15, 1956, My Fair Lady premiered on Broadway at the Mark Hellinger Theatre. The show was immensely successful with both audiences and critics, though soon after its debut, she knew she had to tone down her scholarly Cockney accent for American audiences to understand her, a change that was reversed in the West End production a year later. Andrews described her performance as Eliza as a wonderful learning experience in her life. Richard Rodgers was so impressed by Andrews' talent that concurrently while she was in My Fair Lady, she starred in the televised musical Cinderella by Rodgers and Hammerstein, written specifically for her. Cinderella was broadcast live on CBS on March 31, 1957, under the musical direction of Alfredo Antonini and is estimated to have drawn 107 million viewers. The show was broadcast live in color from CBS Studio 72, situated in Broadway and 81st Street in New York City, the only CBS color studio on the East Coast. Andrews received an Emmy nomination for her performance. She described the performance as incredibly difficult and stated that it took her years to realize the magnitude of the work. In 1957, Andrews released her debut solo album, The Lass with the Delicate Air, reflecting on her days in British musical theatre. The album included performances of English folk songs as well as the World War II anthem London Pride, a patriotic song written by Noel Coward in 1941 during the Blitz, of which Andrews survived. From 1956 to 1962, Andrews guest starred on The Ed Sullivan Show, July 15, 1956, and also appeared on The Dinah Shore Chevy Show, What's My Line?, The Jack Benny Program, The Bell Telephone Hour, and The Gary Moore Show. In June 1962, Andrews co-starred in Julie and Carol at Carnegie Hall, a CBS special with Carol Burnett. In 1960, Lerner and Loewe once again entrusted her with the role of Queen Guinevere in the period musical Camelot, alongside Richard Burton, King Arthur, and newcomer Robert Goulet. Andrews termed the production grand due to the heavy costumes and its elaborate literary themes. Camelot premiered at the Majestic Theatre and received respectable reviews, which Andrews attributed to production issues offstage and comparisons to My Fair Lady. The musical was significantly revised before and during its Broadway run. 2000 present. Children's entertainment and later roles. A botched larynx surgery in 1997 left Andrews with a loss of voice, causing her to decline singing on screen for many years. Nevertheless, Andrews remained busy with various projects. In 1998, she appeared in a stage play Dr. Dolittle in London. According to her website, she voiced the parrot Polynesia and recorded about 700 lines and sounds, placed on a computer chip implanted in the mouth of this mechanical bird. In the song Talk to the Animals, the parrot Polynesia even sings. The following year, Andrews reunited with James Garner in the CBS television film One Special Night, aired in November 1999. In the 2000 New Year honors, Andrews was appointed Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire, DBE, for her services to the performing arts and received the award from Queen Elizabeth II at Buckingham Palace. In 2002, Andrews was among the guests at the Queen's Golden Jubilee Party in Hollywood, held at the Beverly Wilshire Hotel. She also placed 59th in a 2002 BBC poll of the 100 Greatest Britons, voted by the British public. In 2015, Andrews made a surprise appearance at the Oscars, greeting Lady Gaga, who paid tribute by singing a medley from The Sound of Music. This became a phenomenon on social media, trending worldwide. Lyndon Terracini announced in August 2015 that Andrews would direct My Fair Lady in 2016 for Opera Australia at the Sydney Opera House. In 2016, Andrews created a preschool television series, Julie's Green Room, alongside her daughter, Emma Walton Hamilton, and Judy Rothman. She appeared with her assistant Gus, Julian Yao Joyello, and Greenies, a puppet cast created by the Jim Henson Company. The series premiered on Netflix in 2017. In 2017, Andrews also reprised her role as Marlena Grew in the sequel to Despicable Me 3. In the same year, she voiced Carathan, a sea monster, in James Wan's Aquaman. She declined to appear in a cameo role in Mary Poppins Returns to avoid stealing attention from star Emily Blunt. Beginning in December 2020, Andrews voiced the narrator Lady Whistledown in Netflix period drama Bridgerton. In 2022, Andrews narrated the film The King's Daughter for Gravitas Ventures. She recorded her narration in 2020, and a few weeks later, she was announced as the narrator. On June 9, 2022, Andrews was honored with the American Film Institute's Life Achievement Award, where she reflected on her career and received tributes from many artists. In that same year, she reprised her role as Gru's mother in Minions: The Rise of Gru. In April 2023, Andrews participated in NBC's primetime special Carol Burnett, 90 Years of Laughter Plus Love, where she paid tribute to her friend Carol Burnett. In that same year, she also appeared in CBS's primetime special Dick Van Dyke, 98 Years of Magic, where she shared stories of working with Van Dyke in the 1964 film Mary Poppins. Personal life. Andrews was married to said designer Tony Walton on May 10, 1959, in Weybridge, Surrey. They first met in 1948 when Andrews was appearing at the London Casino in the show Humpty Dumpty. In 1962, their daughter, Emma Walton Hamilton, was born. They divorced in 1968. Loss of singing voice. Andrews was forced to leave the stage production Victoria in late Broadway performances in 1997 after developing laryngitis. She later underwent surgery at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York, reportedly to remove non-cancerous growths from her throat, although she later stated that the laryngitis was due to a certain type of muscle strain occurring on the vocal cords itself, resulting from muscle tension caused by Victoria. She added, "I don't have cancer, I don't have growths, I am not sick." She emerged from the surgery with permanent damage that resulted in a loss of clarity in her voice and left her voice hoarse. In 1999, she filed a malpractice lawsuit against the doctors at Mount Sinai Hospital, including Scott Kessler and Jeffrey Libin, who performed her throat surgery. Initially, the doctors assured Andrews that she would regain her voice within 6 weeks, but Andrews' daughter, Jennifer Edwards, said in 1999, "2 years have gone by and her voice hasn't returned." The lawsuit was settled in September 2000 for an undisclosed amount. Andrews acknowledged that she never fully recovered from an unsuccessful attempt to remove polyps from her vocal cords in 1997. Her once famous 4-octave soprano range subsequently became a thin alto. She was quoted at that time as saying, "I could belt out Old Man River perfectly." Since 2000, Stephen M. Zeitels, director of the Center for Laryngeal Surgery and Voice Rehabilitation at Massachusetts General Hospital, MGH, performed surgery on her 4 times, and although he was able to improve her speaking voice, he could not restore her singing voice. Awards and honors. Throughout her career, Andrews received many accolades, including an Academy Award, BAFTA Award, 6 Golden Globe Awards, 3 Grammy Awards, and 2 Emmy Awards. Although nominated for 3 Tony Awards, Andrews has never won. In June 2022, Andrews was awarded the American Film Institute's Life Achievement Award at a ceremony in Los Angeles after a 2-year delay due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2002, she was ranked 59th in a BBC poll of 100 greatest